Hey, how's it going? My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. Thank you so much for dropping in today. Today we are going to talk about a recent purchase. I made a purchase this morning. I actually made 3 purchases this morning. I think that you might be interested in hearing about those. I don't know if you know, but I make YouTube videos, and if you're new here, I make them predominantly on high yield distribution paying ETFs, predominantly in yield max, but venturing myself out of and using some money to buy assets outside of yield max. So that's what I'm up to over here. Because I make these videos, I get paid to do that, which is really cool. It's just a small amount. Actually, you watching right now just made me 10 cents, so thank you very much for that. And that money, I want to use it for good. I want to use it to propel my life for better. I want to use it to feed my family. I want to use it to leave money behind for my kid whenever, life ends, things like that. Not that... Not that I hope that happens, but I just want to eat a whole bunch of vegetables before this video. But, I just want to, better prepare myself for the future, retirement, for my kid, for her education, for, fun money, things like that. So I make these videos. Not only, there's a few reasons why. One, I love talking about this stuff. I can't get enough of it. I think about it all day and all night. I talked to my buddy about this and I said, I should just maybe make this a YouTube channel. And he's like, sure, yeah, good idea. So that's why we're here. But I also like sharing information with people, educating people on new things that are out there, showing you, where you can look to find these types of investments. And you know what? Ever since I started making these videos, I've really grown to love the audience that are watching this, because man, we share some good stories back and forth. I made a couple really good friendships so far from it, and it's just been a win-win situation. So last month I went very hard on YouTube. I posted about 40 videos last month on YouTube, and because of that I was rewarded with money today. I got it. So it was $939 Canadian that I got, and so I went and spent it. First thing I did is I gave my other half $100. She wanted $100. Sure, there you go. And the rest of it, I've spent it on investments. And so the next $100 went to Bitcoin this morning, and Bitcoin now at all-time highs at this exact moment, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is pretty cool. So I bought it before all-time highs, just building that portion of my portfolio. That's going to be my forever money, 5 to 10 years, who knows, maybe longer. That's going to be my new wallet. That's my new bank account, all of that stuff all in one, right? So I'm continually contributing to Bitcoin. And then I went and I spent the other $700 on 2 different purchases. Now, what I said I was going to do, I didn't necessarily do it. So last month, actually a month ago, basically today, I said I'm going to take all this YouTube money, I'm going to put it on this Canadian ETF called HHIS. I did. I added more to it today, but I didn't use all of the money for that. Okay, so what I did is I ended up buying 20 shares of HHIS. We'll go over that, what HHIS is. Just so you know, it's a Canadian thing. It's on the Toronto Stock Exchange, not available to US, I don't think. And then the other one I bought was yesterday. I got very excited about the Palantir, the PLTY distribution announced by YieldMax, but that price, I just don't like that price of the shares. So I bought the Canadian version called PLTE. You probably guessed both of those by the thumbnail coming in here, but we'll see. That's my first purchase of PLTE. And I'm pretty excited about it because the future is looking good. So what we'll do, I'm going to go over HHIS with you. I'm going to share what it's been doing, how many shares I have. Then I'm going to go over PLTE with you. And I want to go do a deeper dive on PLTE today. When I made my first HHIS video, people seem to really like that. So we'll take a look at both of those right now. Okay. So what I have, as I'm frozen in time here, I'm back. I have Harvest, website open. This is HHIS is the company that does these ETFs. So Harvest Income, they have a ton of variety. They have a lot of what YieldMax has here, but they kind of have a different strategy, which I like. So I'm going to dumb it down right now. We're going to read the PDF in a bit here, but the dumbed down version is that they own some of the company, plus they write covered calls, plus they have leverage in there as well. So it's kind of like a triple whammy. So you get a lot of the upside of the company if the underlying company for the Palantir version, it would be Palantir. So you get that upside, plus they write covered calls on it. 50% of their portion of their money is covered calls, and then they also use leverage to do that too. So the first thing I bought last month was HHIS. It's sitting right here. Harvest Diversified High Income Shares ETF. Its current price, well, I mean, it's going up and down today, but $11.55. I got in at $9.60 last month. Well, today I bought 21 more shares of it, so I'm at 101 shares. And so far, it's paid out 25 cents every single month in distributions, which is really good for me. Consistent, I like that. It's very diversified in a lot of the American bigwig companies here. So we'll go through it. 25-cent month distribution. So far, it's paid out 75 cents total. Its current price-ish is $11.55. And its AUM, I'll be okay. I got a man cold over here. Its AUM, $340 million. So it's definitely picking up pace here in Canada. It has been very, very popular so far. One of the amazing things about this is the management fee is 0% right now. Now that is probably going to change. I think they have a slight discount happening right now. That's an all-the-way discount, by the way. But I really like the risk rating here. For those that are not invested in this type of fund, is high. Talking to a friend of mine who lives a couple streets over here, he was talking about investing and how he's just kind of floating there, not doing anything. It's difficult to invest. I told him about this one. He said 25 cents, right? A lot of people don't know about the high yield ETFs out there right now. Everybody's so familiar with things like Apple and that sort of thing that pays out 1 or 2%. But something that pays out 25 cents on an $11 share price is pretty unheard of. But what I like is, I mean, it's only been around 3% or 3 months so far, and it's paid out 25 cents each month. That's their goal. So I'm just going to read this to you. The Harvest Diversified High Income Shares ETF, stock symbol HHIS, seeks to provide high monthly income and growth potential from a portfolio of Harvest single stock ETFs that uses a covered call strategy. As of March 31st, 2025, the underlying ETFs in this ETF employ modest leverage to create overall leverage exposure of approximately 25% and high monthly cash distributions for its unit holders. Units of the ETFs are available in Canadian. Now, so, I mean, I could stick with Misty and Coney and Nvidia, and they do pay really, really well. I could stick with PLTE, PLTY. They pay really, really, really well. I get paid from YouTube in Canadian dollars. Whenever I invest in HHIS, I get paid in Canadian dollars, and it's in my tax-free savings account, so there's zero tax, right? So I don't have to pay any conversion fees. I don't have to pay 15% tax. It's totally 25 cents is all mine, which is really, really cool to see. But realistically, it might make me a little bit more money to buy things like Misty, Nvidia, Coney. But I love that this thing is just kind of consistent. And what I do really like about it is that I can grow this from zero and take it to wherever I want to go with this YouTube money. So that's a pretty good thing. I feel, just my feelings, that it's a little bit safer here as well than those funds. But, it's just my feelings. Don't take my advice on anything here, right? So HHIS, here are all of the different companies that it invests in. Eli Lilly, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Palantir, Tesla, Costco, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Broadcom, Netflix, AMD, and Alphabet. Google. So all of the big boys, right? Big boys, big girls right there. So Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's great fund for sure. There's the 25 cents each month so far. So the X and the record and the X date are the same date, April. This year will be May 30th, and then the pay date is the same every single month except for that one, right around the 9th, depending on weekends and holidays, things like that. And that appears to be the way for all of them. So here's the other one that I have. Let me go back here. This is the one I bought this morning, PLTE. By the way, if you're still here, thanks for being here. You're probably a Canadian investor at this point. Tell me what you guys are investing in. You're probably roughly the same stuff I invest in, but I started the Canadian investing with HYLD.to, but I sold that to buy, I think, NVIDIA a long time, like a year ago. And yeah, so I'm putting my feet back into the Canadian market here a little bit, just to kind of get that diversification on my portfolio a little bit more. So I went ahead and bought 27 shares of PLTE here this morning. And we'll go through this one. I also want to go through the PDF because I think it's pretty interesting to read. Basically the same thing as that HHIS here. So you can see last month they paid 55 cents. Now the big difference here is that this one pays more depending on performance. It's not a set number. And I like that. It's a growing fund, obviously 56 million, not as much as HHIS, which is super popular. It does have a management fee. Now, what I like about this management fee is it's considerably lower than YieldMax's 1%. This is not even 0.5%. It's 0.40%. Risk rating very high, for sure. That's high, right? It's very risky stuff here. If Palantir falls off the mountain, so will this share price. Let's take a look here. There's all of its distributions so far. What I love is that it is going up. So I bought in here on the 22nd. 8 days from now will be the X date. We'll figure out what the next distribution is. But, I mean, it should be up compared to 55 cents even. That's what I'm hoping for because it did have, Palantir had a much more successful month this month. And, continued volatility there for sure. So we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. I'm going to open up the PDF file here, and we'll take a look at that. I'll just zoom into it. Okay, there's the stock symbol PLTE. Came out January 16th. Its last distribution was 55 cents. Distributions are monthly. I love that. You can take the cash or you can drip it. Max writing level is 50%. Management fee 0.40 and risk rating is high. Harvest Palantir enhances high income share ETFs, applies modest leverage of 25% when investing in Palantir stock, uses an active covered call strategy that aims to generate higher monthly income while participating in a long-term growth of the company, right? So they're not putting all of their eggs in the covered calls. They're keeping 50% back for company growth. This is something I've been looking for with YieldMax, and I know they've recently changed some of their strategies to include something called swaps, which kind of incorporates what we're doing here at Harvest, and this could be really good for kind of YieldMax as well. All right, so let's go take a look at a couple other things on this form here. We'll go to page 2. Covered call strategy up to 50%. It's tax efficient, so I'm going to go down to that. Tax efficient, high income. Income from the covered call writing can be treated as capital gains. And for Harvest, it's often taxed as a lower rate. For us, we don't really care about that, but how does that benefit us? Well, if they're charged a lower rate for taxes, that means that's more money in our pocket potentially. Sorry for the coughing, guys. I have a man cold. It's hitting me hard right now. High monthly income available in Canada, modest leverage, U.S. stock exposure to Palantir, Canadian trust unit listed on the TSX, providing trading and reporting flexibility. What else do we got here? So Harvest covered call strategy uses an active covered call strategy to generate high monthly income. Net income requirements, write covered calls to generate income. Max is 50%. And they look at it every single day. So it's an active fund here, which is really, really cool to see. But that's the PLTE. So let's just do a quick review. So far, I've bought 101 shares of HHIS. I I want to get that to like 1,000. It might take me a little while here to do that, but I also now have 27 shares of PLTE. It's nothing crazy. It's not like it's going to break the bank or anything like that, but I really find that taking that side income and putting into this fund is going to be beneficial for me long term because I'm going to be able to build that castle, right? I'm going to build that castle up a little bit. I'm not fully stuck on PLTE. There might be other opportunities that kind of pique my interest down the road here, but for now, I'm a big fan of Palantir. You guys have known that since basically the inception of this channel, and so for that reason, I like to invest in something that allows me the opportunity to have Palantir in the name at least, right? And what I like about this, one thing I was going to mention to you guys was PLTY. We're looking at $62 a share. That's in US dollars. I live in Canada. PLTE is $20 a share. So that's 3 times less the price. On top of that, the conversion fee. So when I bought 27 shares of PLTE this morning, if I had done PLTY, I think it was about 7 shares I could buy of PLTY. Now, if I do that math, let's say the average of PLTY's distribution is $4. That would be, right around $28 for a distribution. If we do the same thing with, $28. If we do the same thing with PLTE, 27 shares at, let's call it 55 cents. Well, let me do the math here. Let's bring up a calculator. 27 times 55, but we all think next month's going to be more, right? $14 and no conversion fee, no tax, right? No tax, which is a huge thing for me. So if we went $27 with PLTY times 15% tax, $4 off, so $23 US, and then the other one's 14. Then I got to pay the conversion fee over there as well. I don't know. It's tomato. Honestly, I think I might be more further ahead if I had have done PLTY. I just like the thought of having more shares, Canadian, better for taxes. It could have bigger upside to it as well in share price. So that's the reasons why I went with that one. But yeah, I mean, whatever, right? It's all good. It's my money that's going in there. I'm pretty excited about it. Hey, if you guys didn't know, I created a store. I've attached it to the bottom of this video here. I'm pretty proud of this creation right here. I made a hat. It's got a really, I think, cool Bitcoin symbol on it. $31.99. I also got some Misty shirts on here. When in doubt, Misty. When in doubt, Misty. I got a Misty mug here with my health and wealth, and then I got these fun ones down here because I like to garden, and so I made these Savage Garden shirts here. They're pretty bad to the bone as well, but yeah, I got some Misty content on there. I've got some Bitcoin content on there. If you want to, get yourself a Bitcoin hat, I think that hat looks pretty cool. It's got the mesh back on it. I've called it the Bitcoin Bro hat. You can find all of this at the bottom of this video under shopping. But, speaking of Bitcoin, we hit all-time highs today, which is pretty incredible stuff. I'm so happy I was able to buy an extra share, or extra $100. Oh, man, wouldn't that be nice, a share of it? $100 put into it this morning. But, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. So these are the moves I made today. Throwing microphones around here. I'm so excited about the future. This month on YouTube, I put out way more content than usual, so next month I'm going to be able to buy even more. Throw your suggestions down below. I mean, they're just suggestions, right? None of this is for advice. It's all for entertainment and educational purposes. If you enjoyed the content, I hope you hit the like and the subscribe. And if you want to become a member, I would love to have you for your support to the channel, to the family, to the future investments. That would be awesome too. I'll leave it at that. My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. You're awesome. Have a great day. Bye for now.